Hi guys, Crafty Crystal here. This time instead of doing some crochet, I'm going to show what is going to be the beginning of a treehouse. Not one that I can fit in. It's going to be approximately 18 inches around here and about 24 inches tall. This is this will be a base made out of cardboard and paste. I'll have wires going through it, coming to a platform underneath to support it. This will be about 5 inches wide and about 8 inches up from the ground. I'm going to have a pretty much level area, about 18 inches across, with the tree in the middle. It'll go all the way around the tree. Where I have branches that come up vertically, I want to make a wall and have a door in it so that you can go from one room to the next. This up here, I haven't decided whether I'm going to make it like a bird nest type thing or a platform they can go up to, like a little private place or a spare room or what. But I want to have something up here. And then I'll have the canopy overhead. The canopy will come out wider than the base. So this will be 18 inches across. The canopy will be 24 inches across. And here's the center of the tree, roughly 18 inches in diameter. It'll have a place for the kitchen, a work hobby area where you repair and make things, eating area off the kitchen because there's a branch that's going to come up over here, but it won't be so high that they can't make a throughway right here where they can put the food through to the eating area. And then you have I guess you call it a living room, relaxing area, with a little bathroom. And then this room would be for sleeping. We'll have bunk beds and stuff like that for them. And to allow the more room so I can have beds across here and along around here, I made a partition here where a branch will come up from here up, making a place where they need a wall. But over here you have the branch like on here where the door has to be on the outside. So I'll just take and make the partition, and then they can just, they have a hallway to walk into to go in the sleeping area. Now it's not optimal, but they're going to be working with a living tree, so it's not that easy. Now originally I was thinking of having a stairwell, a door in the base, the stairwell that would go up inside and have an entrance up here. My problem is, if this is a living tree, there's not going to be much room for a stairwell without gutting the tree out and making it die. So I thought of having stairs going up around it like that and coming out up here. And I might do that, or I might make a ladder type thing, or I don't know. For certain there'll be some sort of a ladder type thing going up to this platform if they're going to use it. And if it's going to be like a little room, a spare room, sleeping area, it'll open off the sleeping area. And if it's going to be like a lookout or a pleasant place to go up and read or something, then it'll be open off the relaxing room over the bathroom. And with something like this, you'd have a branch coming. Let's see. You'd have a branch coming up like this. You go down. So this part of this area would be a wall. That would be like this in a relaxing area. Or something like this. We have one coming in from down here and coming up here like this. And then they'd top this area off for where the food can go from the kitchen into the dining room, into the eating area like that. So the doorway would be from the bowl out to here. We have a doorway here. Well, we wouldn't have to have the inside part of it, I guess. You don't need doors to these things, just a way. So it would be like this. The wall here. And something like this. To allow the food to go through to the next room. Anyway, that's my concept. The base is going to need to fit on my desk. I have 19 inches that I can use. So I don't want the base any bigger than 19 inches. And I'm going to put it on a Lazy Susan because I'm going to need to turn it to work on it. So I'm going to put this on top of this. And I'm going to put cardboard under it where it's about halfway down the side of this. This isn't very big. It's about, I think, 3/8 of an inch here. So I'll come down probably 1/4 inch with cardboard. It'll be glued onto that. It'll be connected onto this way. Because the bulk of the cardboard is going to be coming down like this, and I want all these little wires attached underneath so that the pressure will be holding them on instead of trying to separate them. Okay, so this will be the center, where the center of the tree is. And what I need to do here is attach the wires, the big wires, like coat hanger wires, that are going to be coming up to the middle of the tree. And then I'm going to build the ground up to it because the ground's going to rise up like that. And somewhere around the bottom of this tree, with in between the roots somewhere, is going to be a little hole for a rabbit family or hedgehog family or one of them underground critters. It'll also somewhere probably have like a little relaxing chair, or maybe a small stump, portable stump that can be used for a whittling stool or something like that, something for downstairs activities. I'm trying to make it like a cross between a living tree and a formerly made tree house. So plumbing and stuff, it's going to have to be like maybe a little rustic pump out here somewhere with a line that goes up so you can refill the cistern. Maybe I could have that up here somewhere on the bowl of the tree where the water can come down to the bathroom and come down to the kitchen. It's going to be interesting trying to flesh this out and get the idea right. But anyway, that's what I'm starting. And like I said, I have to build it on this so I'll be able to turn it and work on different parts of it. So The first aspect will be getting cardboard, putting this face down the middle of it, tracing around it, and cutting out something that will allow it to fit down over this. That will be wired to or zip tied or connected to this. And then this will have the cardboard connected to it on top and bottom. That'll come out here around this, just high enough that it can't lay on the table, lay on the surface. Fun. Well, now I'm going to go get my cardboard and start working on this. It took me a while to figure out what I was going to do with my tree. I hope the concept comes out close to this because I like that. Alright, talk to you later. Okay, I showed you the Lazy Susan that I was going to use. And I showed you the square screen. There it is there. I put 3 layers of cardboard in it. I cut through the cardboard to match the Lazy Susan so it could fit under there. And then I put wire in 8 places on here, up through this, which is a 2-layer big round one, and it gave me the platform to build my tree on. Let's see if I can fit that in there one-handed. Yeah, sort of. I think it's a little crooked, but that's okay. So this is what I've done so far. I took the bottom here and I left these wires all sticking out around, and I made a mound on the inside. Just layers and layers of cardboard glued on, glued on, glued on, with one single stack here that would be nice and firm in the middle that I could put the bowl of my tree on. Once I started out with something this big for the center, and I realized it was so big I'd have a gigantic tree trunk if I used that one. So I switched to something that's a lot smaller to be my base. And then once I had my mound made, I bent all of these in this way and then bent them up this way right at the edge of the cup so that I could make them come up here like that. And then I pretty much didn't do anything for about 4 days because I wanted to get firm in my mind how I wanted to make the upper branches. About at the very top of this, about at this level here, is where my floor is going to be. And I wanted one branch that came up above floor level and came down below floor level. One that started below floor level and went up above floor level. And one that was pretty much level. So I finally got those made. They're very, very hard. I used a hammer and the kind of foil that you use for baking pans. This is all one baking pan cut into three slices, folded in half, and then bent the crap out of it. All this bottom stuff here, this is what I did yesterday morning. It's hot glued onto this cup. Then later I sat and looked at it, and I decided I wanted to start making the designing how I'm going to have the root system come out. And this is just light foil, just regular, foil I've been collecting as it gets too holey to use for baking. I just scrunch it up and stick it in the bag, and I've been using that. In the mound, I made a little rabbit hole. Well, it's either going to be a rabbit family or a hedgehog family. Some sort of ground critters anyway. And let's see. This is going to be pretty much the front of the tree here. This is going to be the first step of a stairwell, a stair. No, I think this will be. I think I'll start here and I'll come up onto this stair, this root. Then I'll come around. It'll come around here and it'll come on this tree. This is just a light aluminum too. It won't have to bear weight. And then it'll come up and it'll end here. Let's come back up here. Okay. Now, you see this little branch here. Come back around here. This is going to be the beginning of, of a stair that's going to come up, support on this root, support on this limb, and come around and end up here. And this area here is going to be the kitchen area, kitchen and work area. This limb here is going to be in the wall, the kitchen wall. And because it's below ground level here, I'm going to have the door that goes into the next room right here next to the shaft. This is going to be the sleeping area, the front room area. It'll have a little bathroom here, and the rest will be a front room area. And then this will be the sleeping room, sleeping area. There's going to be 4 gnomes living in this tree, and they're going to have their own beds. I think I'll have 2 single beds and 2 bunk beds and a pair of bunk beds. So my tree root system down here is just light foil. I've got it. It's not glued, hot glued or anything. It's just lightly taped on because they have to come off for me to finish the bottom here, enough for me to do the put the roots on top of it. So I have a lot of pasting to do of paper, and then maybe put some clay type topping on top of that, and then I'll put the roots on. I've never done this before, and I'm having a lot of fun figuring it out. My tree has to be filled out, shaped, textured, and everything, and that's only the bottom part of the tree. Then I've got to put the floor on. Then I want to fix the bottom of the floor. The bottom of the floor, what it's going to look like looking up that way. And then down this way. And then I'll build the walls on it. So I'll have the walls in the middle of each of these limbs. And up on top, walls will come up to about here. The ceiling will be about 5 inches, 5.5 inches above the floor. And then about 3 inches above that, I'm going to have a little platform, probably about yay big. Big enough for maybe a hammock or something, like a little sleep out under the stars type thing. But this is how far I've gotten along now. And it's just a matter of taking apart and putting together and taking apart, putting together until it matches what your mind's eye is saying, which is kind of cool. Now, this little section here will either have a little stool in it, or I'll build a little bench in it. And this limb here, will have some branches or something coming out, and it'll make like a little shady spot, a little sheltered spot right here for contemplation. It is probably going to take me over a year to finish because, like I said, I've never done this before. There's going to be a lot of trial and error. But the biggest part of it is going to be after I get the floors finished and the walls on, putting in the ceiling, the lighting, chairs, tables, couches, rugs, all that stuff. It's going to have a lot of stuff in it. I got some polymer clay that I can make some little dishes and stuff with, knickknacks. It's going to be fun. It's going to take a while. Anyway, this is where I'm at right now. All right, here I am with a further progress on my little thing here. I put 2 layers of, almost 3 layers of newspaper on top of the cardboard to smooth out the graduations. And then I put this surface on here, very hard. It's called Dust Control. USG Sheetrock is the brand name. And what it is limestone. And this is drillable, sandable, shapeable. Once I had it down and I put 2 layers of it on because I wanted to kind of texture the top. Then I started putting my roots on, and I hot glued them onto the trunk. And they're in a different configuration than they were before. I've changed things around. Then that's kind of par for the course. This is still the front. This is a little area that's going to have a little place to sit on in front. A little area for the whatever animal is going to be living there. This is still going to be the entrance to the bedroom. This is going to be the kitchen and eating area. This is going to be the family area for doing things, watching things, being together, relaxing. And then this will be the sleep area. The little limb that I was going to have come out ended up being in a different place than I thought it would. It was originally going to be over here, so the little branch could pull, bring some shade over here. There's no reason why I can't just stick another one on there. It wouldn't interfere. It would be below the stairway that'll be coming up. Whoop, the stairway that'll be coming up here. So anyway, it's starting to look a little bit more like it should. Because I have the front here and I have a path that has to come around over here, somewhere over here is going to be where the pump will be. I flattened my root, and I'm going to fix it so it looks like the root goes down into the ground and comes back out, and that's naturally where the path would end up being, over that root. I have where the root comes up. I'm going to have a place like a game path where the creatures get to go under the root instead of over it. I have a little place over here. It might end up being a little I haven't been looking where the camera's going. I better go back and check that. This might be a little place where the little critters hang out. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? So, whoops. Still no progress on the main floor. That's going to take me a little while yet. I finally got my bottom settled out. So it'll be a while before I put another episode of this on. And I'm not doing this. I may put everything I've put together up to now in one episode. But from here out, before I start the next floor, I have to kind of finish out what I'm doing down here. Maybe except for the final painting, get texturing, get this covered over with some of this stuff. We'll see. So that's all I've got right now. I will begin to work on texturing the bottom of the tree and finishing shaping it out. I'm going to use Susan O'Hala's method from Where the Gnomes Live. She has wonderful things that she does with her bark, making bark and stuff on her trees. And I'm going to be trying her methods with the paper towels dipped in glue and put on and textured. And before that, I'll probably do some more shaping with aluminum foil so that the tree bottom actually looks like a tree bottom. And we'll see. It's going to be lots of fun, lots of work, but lots of fun. Okay, here's the next stage. I have taken the base and I have filled out the roots going up to the trunk and filled out the branches coming down to the trunk to make them sturdier, make them look stronger. This is a template for my floor, figuring out where I'll be putting the holes for the branches to come through. Oh, this isn't easy, is it? I've seen you guys doing this where you're trying to hold the camera. Not easy. Okay. So, I just discovered after I got this far that I'm going to need a second floor. I'm going to have to use the second floor for sleeping quarters. I don't really have enough room for my guys to have a living room, a bathroom, a kitchen, and a sleeping room all on the same floor. It just isn't going to work. Just is not going to work. I'm marking places where I want to have more branches coming up here. And I doubt if you can see it, but down here in several places, I've marked places where I want to have branches come out to support the floors. So it looks like the floors are totally supported all the way around. I'll have them weaving into each other probably on the bottom. So, I still think I'm going to have a pump probably somewhere around here. We'll see. And I have decided that instead of having, I've got a little place marked here where the stair is going to come out on top, which will have to be bigger. But the stair is going to come down here like this. So it'll be like that. Or like that. It's going to curve around and go up. So, so I guess that'll make this the kitchen area. And this will be like the bathroom area and the front room area. And then upstairs, it'll have a ladder that'll go up to the second floor. This is about the height. I bent this one here where I went the height of the second floor. So, we'll see. Doing my best here. Never done this before, and it is so exciting. So much fun. All right. So I'll let you see when I get something else worked out. All right, guys. As you can see, I've added some more branches. These are the ones that will be shaped and leveled to support the floor. That little one's here. One I put out from here with 2 branches on it. One here and here I added with an extra branch on it. This is one that'll be going up. This is one that'll be going up to the floor. Oh, and this will be going up here. Now, branches that come off the end of this and branches that come off of this one will be supporting the second floor. And this is metal aluminum foil pans that I've made into a solid coil for the middle that my wires come up through. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with the bottom of this that I did with the branches. Fill in the hole in the bottom with probably paper towels and stuff, newspaper, and then tape it around. And this is the level that my second floor will be coming off of. Needing a second floor just really threw me for a loop. It really did. I didn't realize I was going to need a second floor, but this thing is now taking a life of its own. So anyway, that's where I am now. And I will be finishing this part and deciding what what major branches are going to come out to support the second story, and how much of a circle the second story is going to be. Haven't decided on that yet either. So, okay. See you next step. Well, believe it or not, this is about 2.5 hours after you saw it last time. I just got started on bending branches for the roof of the second floor, the roof of the first floor, and to establish where my second floor is going to be. And then I just started branching and branching and branching on top. And then I remembered I have to put out some branches where I want to have the roof of the second floor. And I've been using toilet paper rolls as my gauge for how high. And the top will probably be, oh, let's see, where is one of those? The top will be around here somewhere, around this height. And that'll be the roof for the second floor. It's not going to go all the way around. It'll be one section of the top. And I haven't decided what I want to do about the rest of it yet. I got pooped. Whoops, excuse me. I got pooped before I totally finished, so I have a piece here that needs to be wrapped and turned into a stem, and one here. Try to decide where I want to have my stairs going from the ground underneath up to the first floor, and then in a different spot from the first floor to the sleeping platform. And the first one I know where it's going to be. The second one I'm not sure at all. This is still a work in progress. I wanted to start branching, get the second branching off the top and branch that off so I could have a top of the tree that kind of looks like a tree. Do some more shaping, like for instance I've got a big flat spot here between some wires. I have to fill that out. So I still got some finishing of the shaft to do, but lots of leveling. Woo! It's going to be fun leveling it, but I am enjoying myself to no end. I never thought it would look like this. I thought it would be a lot shorter. Oh well. So not bad for a beginning, considering I've never done anything like this before and I'm learning as I go. Lots more work to do. The floors and will have to be leveled, and a roof put on the second floor. Lots of things to make my mind up on. It keeps changing on me. This thing started as a tree I was making, and it turned out to be a tree that's growing. So we'll see. You have fun, guys. Do not fail to try things. Do not fail to experiment. The worst you can do is waste a little bit of supplies and have to, start over again. It's not that big a deal. These are cheap stuff. This is cardboard from throwaway boxes, and your biggest expense is paper tape, and you can get foil from the dollar store. In fact, you can get aluminum pans from the dollar store. So you stretch out and have some fun yourself. Try something different. It is so much fun. Bye, guys. See you later.